Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between dark forests and misty mountains, there lived a young woman named Elara. She was kind-hearted, with eyes as deep as the night sky, and a voice that could calm even the wildest storm. The villagers loved her, for she was always ready to help, whether it was mending a broken fence or singing lullabies to restless children. But Elara had a secret. Every evening when the sun dipped below the horizon, she would walk into the forest, far from the village, to a place no one dared to go. Deep within the woods stood an ancient, crumbling tower, covered in ivy and shadow. Inside that tower lived a creature the villagers called the Hollow One. It was said to be a monster, a being of darkness with no soul, no heart, and no mercy. The elders warned their children never to go near that place, for the Hollow One would steal their voices, their laughter, and leave them empty. But Elara did not listen. One evening, as the wind whispered through the trees, she stood before the tower and called out softly, "I know you are there. I know you can hear me." For a long time, there was silence. Then, from the shadows, a voice answered, deep, rough, like stones grinding together. "Why do you come here, little one? Do you not fear me?" Elara shook her head. "I do not fear what I do not understand." And so night after night she returned. She spoke to the Hollow One, telling it stories of the world outside, of sunlight on fields, of children playing, of love and sorrow. In return, the creature listened, and though it never showed itself, she could feel its presence, heavy and sad. One cold winter's night, Elara brought a gift, a small wooden flute she had carved herself. "Play it," she said. "Even if your hands are not like mine, even if your breath is not warm, try." There was a long pause. Then from the darkness, a hand reached out, long fingers twisted and gray, like old roots. The Hollow One took the flute, lifted it to where its mouth should have been, and blew. The sound that came out was strange, broken, but beautiful in its own way. Elara smiled. "See, you are not so hollow after all." As the seasons passed, something changed. The Hollow One began to speak more, to ask questions. It wanted to know about the stars, about the sea, about the things it had never seen. And Elara, with all the warmth in her heart, told it everything. She did not notice how the creature's voice grew softer, how its shape seemed less twisted in the moonlight. But the villagers noticed. They saw how Elara grew paler, how her laughter became rare. They whispered that the Hollow One was stealing her soul, bit by bit. One evening, the village elder confronted her. "You must stop going to that tower," he said. "That monster's draining your life away." Elara shook her head. "You are wrong. It is not a monster. It is lonely. It is learning to feel." The elder's face darkened. "Then it has already poisoned your mind." That night, the villagers took torches and marched into the forest. They would burn the tower. They would destroy the Hollow One before it could take anyone else. Elara ran ahead, desperate to warn her friend. When she reached the tower, she called out, "They are coming! You must hide!" The Hollow One stepped into the moonlight. For the first time, she saw its face, not a twisted nightmare, but something almost human, with eyes full of sorrow. "I cannot hide forever," it said. "But you must leave. If they see you with me, they will think you are cursed too." Elara's heart ached. "I will not leave you." The villagers arrived, their torches casting flickering light on the tower walls. When they saw Elara standing beside the Hollow One, they gasped. "She has been bewitched," someone shouted. "She is one of them now." The elder stepped forward. "Elara, step away from that creature. Let us end this." But Elara did not move. Instead, she turned to the Hollow One and whispered, "If they call you a monster, then let me be a monster too." And in that moment, something strange happened. The shadows around them seemed to grow, to wrap around Elara like a cloak. The villagers stumbled back in fear. Where Elara had stood, there was now another figure, tall, dark, with eyes that glowed like embers. The Hollow One looked at her, and for the first time, there was something like hope in its voice. "What have you done?" Elara smiled, though her face was no longer human. "I chose you." The villagers fled, screaming of monsters and curses. But the two figures did not chase them. They stood together in the ruins of the tower, neither human nor monster, but something in between. Years passed. The villagers never went near the tower again, though sometimes, on quiet nights, they could hear music, a flute playing a strange, beautiful tune. And if anyone dared to whisper of the girl who loved a monster, they would quickly fall silent, for fear that the shadows might be listening. Elara had made her choice, and in the end, love had transformed them both.